I do appreciate that, but like, look. Before I got this job, I play a lot of horror games and that sort of stuff. You don't tell me this is a death trap. You can be honest with me. We can be honest with me. Look. I know I'm pregnant. I know that I have more meat on me because of this, like, insane booba and that sort of stuff. So that will be way well worth the feed. But like, I know this is going to be a death trap. But fine. You never told me where that kid is, by the way. Well, now that I think about it, you never told me where that kid is. But like, after a period of like, I think I'm gonna like make it a week, maybe. Of like, a week of like, or a week or two of like steel green, cyan blue, and sky blue. So basically, you have like a combination of like the teal green that I normally use with sky blue as a cooling down period. Then it turns back to purple. Hey, soldier. Hello? Do not be afraid, citizen. We need you to remain calm. The fate of this entire apartment complex depends on you. I'm the commander in charge of this operation. My name is... You've been an alien. Nothing happened. The funny thing is that you have to fill the form out because, like, basically... No, you. Yeah, no, you're going in there. I don't care that's not filled out. Yeah, a new 3 scary games means, of course, a new belly cap. As I told you in the last episode, because I think, yeah, I know I did. And that sort of stuff. I told you that, like, at the time of the recording of last week's episode, extra extreme charge. No, shut up, Elise. At the recording of last week's episode, I told you I was doing. Oh, who voted? Who voted? Who of you guys voted on this? It was done and over. Because, yeah, at the time of recording last week, this was like at like a mix of small, big belly cam, That was the winner. So I thought I'd do already with the small belly and turn this into a belly cam, basically. With the focus on the big belly and the small belly, and that will alternate between them, maybe more small belly than big, but you get the gist, it's becoming a belly cam, and you will see like more bellies, basically more belly and that sort of stuff, because you guys voted. Whoever voted after thing is closed. This doesn't mean that it's gonna be big bellies only, because at the time, I told you when the post will be closing, as you can see in this one, at the time of when I told you the post is closing, it was 40-44. So basically, that 9 votes. So whoever voted, sorry, you're too late. But you can enjoy Big Belly, of course, and that sort of stuff. But the funny thing is, when I recorded last 3 scary games, the day afterwards, this poll randomly shifted to primarily Big Belly, and then it shifted back to a mixture. And then that evening on stream, one viewer voted again for Big Belly, which basically tied it. Which basically would make it, a mixture. But, yeah, as you can see, like, even then, somebody voted. I don't know who voted. Like, I can't see who voted. And that sort of stuff. That's one thing that I find, like, a bit hideous. And that sort of stuff. I can't really see who voted. So, like... I can't see who voted on this. And that sort of stuff. But yeah, I told you polls closed. And when it's closed, it's 44-44. So somebody voted and somebody didn't listen. But yeah, that's the reason I'm back with the Big Belly, basically. Because I have also planned Big Belly for tomorrow on stream. When this goes live, that is already passed. I did a stream, and I'm gonna do a stream with like Slay the Princess, which had been last week Saturday. And that is already passed. So, yeah. That's why also a big belly. But that brings us by, after a 3-minute intro, by 3 scary games. I was browsing HIO normally, and that sort of stuff. And, yeah, I couldn't help but saw this game, Doppelpartment. And my first thought went to, That's Not My Neighbor. And what do I mean by that? You know the game That's Not My Neighbor, where you basically are the doorman of a building, and you have to let your neighbors come in and detect if they are doppelganger or not. And if they are doppelganger, you have to report them. Well, basically, you're the building manager of an apartment complex. Your task is simple: taking care of the building, collecting rent, making sure your tenants are okay. However, one night a soldier knocks on your door and gives you some disturbing news. Some of your neighbors or tenants have been replaced by doppelgangers. And we have to find out who has been replaced by a doppelganger. So that's not, as I said, that's not not being well known. I don't know. Maybe you don't know. I probably did 15 minutes of this game, so to the 20-minute mark. This game contains pixelated blood and gore, disturbing themes, disturbing imagery, pixelated depiction of self-harm, dark humor, reference to alcohol and drugs, reference to loneliness and depression, reference to medical condition, body horror, full posture actors, and flashing lights. If you're not comfortable with any if you want to read that, pause the video, but there is a warning, content warning, so, play at your own risk, watch at your own risk. What's the good old man name? I know. Gag. You're a big gag for today. You're a big gag for today. How does it? Gag, come to me. You can move it either the arrow keys or shift to run. This is interesting. But yeah, I had pink today with pink leggings, pink belly. I don't have a pink bra, I have a purple bra by chance. I had a pink bra yesterday on. I have 6 bras which I cycled through, basically. So yeah, almost everything is pink besides for socks and that sort of stuff. So, I want you to see me. I don't want to see you. I told you I don't want to see you. But it might be, I don't want to trash on this game because it's similar to, That's Not My Neighbor. But it might be that That's Not My Neighbor is the inspiration for this game, which is totally fine. By the way, I should have put it out there, but it paints an image, with how popular That's Not My Neighbor is. I'm gonna put this at the top. Or at my belly. Now put it at there. Hold on, let me... Names lately, but everything's alright. You're safe in your apartment. Just you in your apartment. Now is not the time for that. You're a character, the manager of the building. It's July 1st. You have to collect the rent from the tenants of each apartment. Why doesn't you eat something first? In other news, a mysterious underground... Mysterious underground facility was discovered last night. Inside the facility there were thousands of empty human-sized boxes. Our record that traces the nature of the facility was apparently destroyed long before the police arrived. Forensics experts have remained silent regarding any potential update about the mystery. Turn it off. I assume this is the kitchen? No. It is morning, let's eat a cheese sandwich. I want my coffee. We have no coffee? Why do you have water in the fridge? I mean, there's always water in the fridge, but still. What's here then? Oh, it's a washing thing. But yeah, today I'm representing Ultimate Elise. Ultimate Elise is gonna be something you're gonna learn over through Luca Mystic story. Because I've been working on my backstory lore, I've been working on tying up, like, you know, the thing is like, the thing of like, you know, like I've been tying arcade lore, the arcade Sekai lore, Elliot's lore to my... You know, to my Lucas Missy story lore and that sort of stuff. So everyone is due. And that sort of stuff. And my backstory lore, I have been like thinking about some major not comfortable themes that I'm... But some not, like in my backstory, I'm gonna think like of like some not some appropriate themes. And I've not been like sure if I want to go with that way. A fairy tale woman, why is it at the top now? Opens the door, she's a big smile, seems genuinely happy to see you. The tenement is named... No, I have to name every tenant. Tell me that I have to name every tenant in this building, I'm gonna be crazy. Good evening. Mr. Greg, nice to see you. It's good to see you too. Hihi. Eigenlijk hier voor de rent, is dat zo? The kip rent. Yes, that's right. Give me a second, I'm gonna get the money. Here it is. Have a nice day, Mr. Greg. But yeah, like there are some themes that I'm like, I might, you know, either leave out or not discuss. Yeah, my cover in the face the hoodie opens the deur. Can you see his man to one of side? Tenant is named. I don't have to name every tenant. Good evening. Good evening. Hi. It's good to see you. Are you here to collect the rent? Yes, that's right. I have the money in the drawer. Please wait, I'll go get it. Is your money, Mr. Greg? Well, that was easy. And that sort of stuff. So, yeah, my backstory lore is gonna go after Luke and Misty's story lore. So, you know, I have some time to think about it, but like, the idea is, like, I want to, like, make fertility the theme around my backstory lore. And my... The skinny bald man. Let's give him a Dutch name. Daan. Yeah, fine, Daan. And that sort of stuff. And, I'm not gonna name the themes, but like, the idea is that fertility is basically the thing in my world, but like, if you think like, I don't want my world to be happy and like, without drama, without problems. So I thought, you know, okay, what's the bad thing that it's like, not just the bad thing that can happen, well, but it's like a heightened fertility or not, and that sort of stuff on my planet. But you already know where I'm going with like these themes, and like, I'm not gonna say them, but like you already see where that is going. So I either leave that ID out and my world is perfect basically, or I might have to think of other problems. But yeah, that's the thing that like makes me a bit worried. But like, thank you, very good. Anyway, are you here for your monthly payment? Nah, I just want to say hello. Knowing each other. Positivity. I have to name 12 attendants, by the way. But yeah, like, I've been mostly working on it. And I've been working on 3 lore stories at the same time. And I've been working on 3 lore stories at the same time, which is not good. Oh, it's you. We're expecting someone else? But it's none of your business. Look, Mr. Gek, I know you're here to collect rent, so let's get this over with. Agreed. Right, enough talk, we need to finish, I'll be right back. Here's your money, count, it's all there. That's weird, but like... So weird, so like, yeah. Because like, I've originally been, you know... busy with Luca Mystic story lore, but I have wrote the Arcades account, which is basically my Discord lore, better. And... so that it fits the Luca Mystic story lore, but I realized after rewriting that I need to rewrite Elise. Or basically how I met Elise lore. And that sort of stuff. So... And I've been also busy, you know, rewriting alongside with LMS. Look, LMS is like... quite lonely, but okay, I think we're getting a cat. I just realized you're over there, my policy, go get the money. Why is all the options? I'm too nice. But yeah, like, the thing is, like, as I said, like, I have to name every tenant, I have to collect every rent. Oh. But yeah, the thing is, like, you know, I'm in the lore writing booth. And, you know, I'm in it. I am nothing to, like, you know, make my lore story about. Because after, like, 3 years of VTubing and 3 years of random lore, I think it's better to do that. But yeah, I'm still thinking about, like, you know, since I what if they do? You have to remember how they look. But yeah, the thing is, like, as a sort of course, like, with my own backstory lore, that is, of course, the most recent that I did. So, you know, that's the most freshest in my mind, but, like... No, I don't think, like... I don't think I should do that otherwise before I leave it to the... before... Nice mustache. I'm proud of it. So he cares about his mustache. But like the thing is, like I said, my backstory lore, I might gonna do it different, but or I might leave it as it currently is. And put it more in a way of like, that it's more interpret, like it's not direct. But it's more in an open way to interpret. In sense of like, it's open to speculate. You know what I mean? But that might be also a good way to do. Oh, she's feeling okay? The time for 60 minutes for 10 to 30 minutes. Just to collect rent and naming tenants. So yeah, like the thing is like, if you want to see me play the full game, let me know in the comments down below and I will do that. But like, that's the thing, like, backstory lore wise, I of course wanted to include, you know, me in the backstory, you know, why people support the goddess of reproduction. And that sort of stuff. So, you know what that mean? You know what I mean? But I also want to have like some aspects to me. Like, I'm gonna like, I also gonna like have a special flower that like shifts in color depending on the season, and my planet also is gonna have like a special 20 days in the year that are like heightened fertility seasons. And what do I mean with that? In these 20 days, you know, fertility, arousal, you know, connections and that sort of stuff is in full bloom across the planet and is heightened. You know, people start to search each other and that sort of stuff. And did I do Elise? I don't know. Did I do Elise? I don't think I did Elise. And indicated by these flowers, indicated by this special flower, you can see when this heightened fertility, I call it like a heightened fertility season. So, there's like a heightened fertility season. Like an heightened fertility season, flowers change color depending on the season. So if it's a heightened fertility season, the flower will be red. After the 10-day period, which happened twice a year, the flower will change color to a mixture of teal green, you know, my main color of top crop, my main top crop color of teal green, cyan blue, which is basically a teal green or a teal cyan blue. And that sort of stuff. I know I've been doing like 3-letter names, but like give me things. I've been playing for almost 20 minutes. I didn't learn anything. None of your business. What are you talking about? I'm playing. Oh, you're that type of person. Well, last person. So yeah, like the thing is like, after that it's like, you know, soaking cyan blue, and then after like a week or two, oh holy moly. Holy moly, I want... Holy moly titties. Krijg je meer dan gelijk de rent. Is in haar bra? Yeah, that doesn't look like you're wearing a bra. Or that is you're wearing a bra. But like, after a period of like, I think I'm gonna like make it a week, maybe. Of like, you know, a week of like, or a week or two of like teal green, cyan blue, and sky blue. So basically you have like a combination of like the teal green that I normally use with sky blue as a cooling down period. Then it turns back to purple. Hey, soldier. Hello? Do not be afraid, citizen. We need you to remain calm. The fate of this entire apartment complex depends on you. I'm the commander in charge of this operation. My name is... Why do I have to name every fucking person in this? You're the character development. We know everything about you. Your actions made society life doom them. Can you tell me what's going on? Have you heard of the concept of a doppelganger? I think so. It's a German term, doppelganger. It's kind of translates to doppelwalker. It's an entity that imitates a person possibly, with the intent of replacing that person. In folklore, there's a lot of tales about doppelgangers, behind who stalk humans, mimic their appearance, and replace them. The real humans disappear forever. Inspired by these tales, the government tried to create a biological weapon that could infiltrate the enemy territory with ease. Yeah, it's really like an... hello, that's not my neighbor. There's a hidden underground facility in this city. You might have heard about it in the news. They're not magical beings, this is science. Unfortunately, some things went wrong and they went rogue, killing all the scientists and the guards. Now they're free roaming the city looking for victims to imitate and replace. They managed to identify and destroy some of them, but there are still too many at large. I believe that some of these doppelgangers might have infiltrated this building. In other words, some of your tenants might actually be doppelgangers. You know that you're not a doppelganger, so that's why we need your help. What do I have to do? You know each and every one of the tenants. You'll be able to tell something about them involved. Therefore, it doesn't be determined if any of the tenants have been replaced by a doppelganger. I will come back every night. You have to tell me if there's a doppelganger in the building. After you choose your tenant, we will take that tenant to our base, where it will be tortured until it reveals the true doppelganger nature. Then we will incinerate it and end its existence. All classified information. Make sure you're existent. Fuck this up, understood? Yes, sir. Doppelgangers cannot imitate humans to perfection. You might notice certain inconsistencies. You can ask a tenant questions that might tell you if they're a doppelganger. For example, ask them something that you know is a lie and see how they react. Most doppelgangers don't blink, although it's not proof alone that a tenant is a doppelganger. Some doppelgangers forget the name of the human, so if you call them by a fake name and they don't address it, you're most likely talking to a doppelganger. 12 on these things have been cloned. That is something. But yeah, like, as I said, I think that's like... I think as I said, my backstory is gonna be an interesting one. With the amount of lore. And as I said, like, ultimate Elise that you're now seeing in front of you, it's gonna be a part of Luca Missy's story. Greg, please, I need your help. This again. Wait, I'm pressing shift and I'm like walking slower. So yeah, I've been in the lore department writing, and with the hope of, with the end of 2025, I really hope to have a clear lore timeline and understand why I'm in the contest of reproduction, why I can get pregnant. Don't be afraid, I don't intend to hurt you. What even are you? You can call me... You're Trisha. Look, I'm really close to saying... I'm stopping with this game. Call me Trish. I'm an incomplete doppelganger. I haven't assimilated the human yet. That's why I hide my torch from when it's mess. These clothes and the dress. Speaking through telepathy, what's where inside your mind? What do you want? Because I'm looking for my brother. He's also an incomplete doppelganger. You're the only one who can help me find him. He's always fine and has wires and tubes all over his body. Sounds familiar? Not really. If you see him, please tell him I'm looking for him. Tell him to come back to me. If you left physical reducible energy inside your mind, this way you will find him, you know it. If you refuse, then personally go to your building to bring him back. And if it takes to get my brother back. Sounds fair. Say alert, my brother could be anywhere. I'm like real close to the game, it's 25 minutes and didn't name. If I didn't have to name every person myself. Yeah, I've had a lore department, as I said. The reason, for example, that, here you can't really see it, but like... certified runt. No doppelgangers are generated at random. So yeah, my lore is gonna be all over the place, but open one big timeline. Wait, did I color? He's confused. Is everything okay? Of course it is, everything's okay. Did I call it Alice? Yeah, Elise. Now people don't have an happy family. Thank you for visiting, it was nice to see you. Yeah, the rent is impressive. Thank you, I'm responsible, I love you more than a caring housewife. How many children do you have? How many children I have? I'm a good mother and I can never forget how many children I have. Is your husband though? Oh, he's at work, but he'll be back soon. She doesn't seem to be a doppelganger. I don't think. Yeah, I think I have to leave it here because it's 30 minutes already. That sort of stuff. Yeah. Like, I have to get this off the thing. Mr. Guy, may I help you? What was your favorite color again? Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Is that a new Woody? For years. You used to have a stuttering problem. I like his eyes. I think they're doppelgangers. But yeah, as I said, now that I've spoken about my backstory, lore, and that sort of stuff. Like, you're skinny. That makes sense. Does the name Trish sound familiar? No, it doesn't ring a bell. What happened to your hair? I shaved it this morning. You like it? Doesn't suit me? You didn't have it. You're a doppelganger. You're a doppelganger. You're a doppelganger. Dame is a doppelganger. Dame is a doppelganger. Dame is a doppelganger because he had no hair different yesterday, and that's it. But yeah, it's been the 30 minutes. I think I'm gonna leave it here. But yeah, now that I've said about my backstory, Leo. Is there someone else? Your mom. Okay. Straks weer bestaat niet. I'm not too tired. They can come by anytime. They'll might be waiting here. Have you seen any soldier around? A soldier? Nope, I've seen any soldier around. Well, Dame is a doppelganger, I believe. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. It's been 30 minutes. But yeah, now that I've been talked about my backstory, I think I felt better on my mind. If I think of, like, it might be having some disturbing themes, but like, if I can press it off my mind and press it more in a way, in a more casual way that is like open to interpretation, that helps a lot. I'm gonna do the first one, but 30 minutes. I didn't expect this game to be this big. I didn't. To see you today. What a nice surprise. You have any pets? Okay. Smell a long time. You're also. You dye your hair. And she's also a doppelganger. Like Dani and Daan. I feel like. I keep playing, but yeah. I think like if I publish my backstory in a way like that is open to interpretation, you know, that really helps. That's cleavage. I want to see today. No, I'm gonna leave 30 more minutes. I also have other games to play. So yeah, this is game number 1. If you wanna play it for yourself, link will be at the top of the video description down below. While you're down there, subscribe, click the notification bell. Mighty, I'll see you in game number 2. Okay, listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. When I saw this game, I felt attacked. And why did I feel attacked? You're playing as a 26-year-old man. Now, I'm a woman, okay, you know, seeing this. But I'm a 26-year-old. I am jobless. We recently found a new job. He joined a search crew. His first mission was to find a boy that got lost because his parents were irresponsible. You know, my age. Well, basically almost the same gender. I felt attacked, so yeah. We're here on a new job. Let's play. I'm 26 years old. Recently joined the search crew. My first mission, just like many others, was weird and scary. We were looking for a boy. The parents were irresponsible. Yeah, welcome to a new job. You know, the thing that people find scary to do. I forgot to like inflate my model's belly. I inflate my belly here, but like I'm not in the other one. So.
Okay, can you hear me, rookie? Just go forward for now.
I am not a rookie. Is it really that bad that like memory?
I forgot to mention that homeless people like to spend time in this cave. Don't worry about it, and just take care of yourself, okay? If you see someone, just ignore them.
Okay, if you say so. I cannot run. Yeah. I felt like assaulted. It's purely because I'm 26-year-old still. I don't have a job. Not yet. Like, yeah, technically I volunteer work. Do you call volunteer work a job? Like, officially, like, yeah, I have a job because I have volunteer work, even if it's for like a Thursday afternoon and a Friday afternoon. Like, 2 hours or 2 to 4 hours in the week. But like, do you call volunteer work a job? In my opinion, a job is like something that you like make money with and pay your own rent. Well, technically volunteer work is a job. But I do it for so little amount that like, and I felt that like not me. No. So yeah. Like that's maybe a good question to ask like in the video. Do you find volunteer work a job or not? Hello. I was told to ignore you, but like, can I talk with you? I want to talk with you. You just can't both there, you're staring at me and then not answering my questions. Maybe some from the other search parties. But yeah, that's the reason I found like a solder, because like I am the same age. Like this December, like that's the funny part, it's like July.
A dungeon? Oh, I get it. There's a castle near this cave. It makes sense now why homeless people like this place. Before you go further, check every cell.
Okay. Nothing again. And nothing, the search continues. You think I'd take a candle with you through this dungeon. But yeah, that's why I felt assaulted. And I thought it's like a good intro for this game. A job. The cursed job application a lot of people had.
It looks like you can place something on top of this pedestal.
I wonder what I should place on the pedestals. I didn't. That was by accident. How can I?
Excuse me? Who are you? And what are you doing here?
I'm trying to search for a lonely boy.
Oh, you are looking for this kid, right? Well, he's here. Go forward, stranger.
You're not gonna ask me for my name, what I'm doing and that sort of stuff. You're gonna tell me just to go ahead. I could ask you what you are doing here, but fine. Maybe I don't ask what they are doing here,
You're here for that kid, right? We took care of him. He's here. We were waiting for someone to come pick him up.
I do appreciate that, but like, look. Before I got this job, I play a lot of horror games and that sort of stuff. Tell me this is a death trap. You can be honest with me. We can be honest with me. Look. I know I'm pregnant. I know that I have more meat on me because of this, like, insane booba and that sort of stuff. So that will be way well worth the feed. But like, I know this is going to be a death trap. But fine. You never told me where that kid is, by the way. Well, now that I think about it, you never told me where that kid is. But they never told me where he is. Einen heavy kids looked. Am I gonna get jump scared? No, what was around this corner then? Another dead end? Just a lot of crates. Just a lot of crates. You know, technically, I know I said that trap and that thing, but they never told me where this kid is. So. This is gonna be a chase scene. A long, dark hallway that never ends, you know. Boo-hoo. That's the thing, like, I know when jump scares are coming. And, you know, how long this takes and more everything. Yeah, see? Find me. They didn't find anyone but me. The camera footage is still evidence for this case. The boy was never found. Wait, was this it? He knocked me out. I woke up a few hours later. I lost connection with my coworkers. They got worried and went down to find me. They didn't find anyone but me. The camera footage is still evidence for this case. The boy was never found. You know, I have two things. The first was like this mouse icon that kept happening, appearing random in the thing. And I think as I said, I think it's three things. Like as I said, the mouse icon in the screen that was weird and confusing. I think the second thing is basically, you know, up the ambience, up the horror, and that sort of stuff. I know it's a short game, but like, you have this big dungeon, you have a big castle, big case, you see random people in the case and that sort of stuff in the dungeon. Make them scary, make them jump at you, make them hostile or something, I don't know. This felt more peaceful than ever. And third of this, like, I think this is more a minor detail, like, besides upping the ambience and the horror and that sort of stuff, but I think this is more a minor detail. I come into the castle, you know, into the dungeon. I have not been questioned. All I have been questioned is like, you know, will you have the kid? You can go. Doesn't point to where the kid is, doesn't tell where he is, doesn't tell if he's alive or not, you know. You think that doesn't make any sense? Hey, but again, baby, if you want to play New Job for yourself, link is at the top of the video description down below. And with that, let's head out to the final game of today's episode. I have to see how this goes because I have been dealing with some overheating issues and I've been looking at like MSI Afterburner recently in the past week because I play Smite 2 and Smite 2 I keep caching because of overheating, you know, I'm lagging and that sort of stuff. I have cleaned my rosters and my fan, but like it still keeps happening. So Playthings was already looking, you know, before I played it, that it looked like it was going to blow up, but putting it like low graphics seems to like or resonate it. So if I crash during this episode, I do apologize, but I will cut it out, okay? So that you know. Like I've been recording the past week with Black Ops 3, Secrets of the Mimic, Call of Duty World War 2, and during none of the recordings I said it happened, so. But yeah, as I promised, Preggo Ultimate Elise. Dus that looks, why did I make the belly big? Because technically in lore-wise I got this and I was heavily pregnant of Aurora. And that sort of stuff. So yeah, I made the belly big because of that reason only. So yeah, welcome to Plaything. Plaything is basically a simple game. There are certain dolls around the facility. You have to inspect them with 5 different tests. See it as like the FNAF 6, you know, variant of like, you know, the minigame that you get after every night where you have to like salvage a minigame? Yeah, that. This game includes flashing light, loud noises, jump scares and other horror elements. The game also includes mentioning of suicide, child neglect, mental disorders and sexual assault. Disclaimer, if you can't handle these themes, there you go. You have been warned. Sure.
Your job is to investigate cursed dolls, suspected of harboring souls and committing crimes, particularly murder. You'll run a series of tests with each doll. If a test yields abnormal results, the doll reacts in any way, mark it with a red check mark. If the doll shows no reaction, audio test. To do an audio test, place the doll in a secured room on a chair and play the audio through the computer. Name call. To call the doll's name, interact with the glass in front of the doll while it sits in the secure room. Photograph capture. To take a photo, place the doll
You can remember this because I'm gonna forget.
room and use the camera. Compare temperature test. To measure the doll's temperature, use the thermometer while looking at the doll. The room's temperature is between 16 to 25 Celsius. Any other value shown from the doll is an anomaly.
16 to 25 degrees.
Physical discomfort. To inflict pain, stab the doll with the scissors while it's in front of you. Your items are a flashlight for dark areas, a thermometer for temperature testing, and scissors to inflict pain. If you cannot find an item, use the highlight all items. The computer also provides help with items and tracks your progress. To start working with a new doll, ring the bell on the table. Study the document on the table before testing. After completing all tests, place the doll in either the OK box or the dangerous box. If it has shown any unusual behavior, even outside of testing, put it in the dangerous box. Dolls in the OK box will be returned to their owners if alive. Dangerous dolls will be further investigated and destroyed. Some dolls are neutral, meaning that they have shown empathy and the soul within them is human-like and harmless. These dolls can go in either of the boxes. In case of a blackout, find a power box in the storage room and flip the switch off and on.
The power out?
Good luck, 61.
No, I can do it with the first doll. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm sorry that I have to do this, but like, just to be safe. And that sort of stuff. That's the temperature. Wait, is this the door? Oh. Okay, that's the temperature, that's the flashlight, that's the scissors. Is this the storage room? This is the storage room. And the funny thing is, if I put higher graphics, my temperature is slowly creeping up, but now not. Where do I ring the bell? I wanna test it all. Is the test? How do I do this? Sandra, the doll was owned by young Ingrid Caper. It was found next to a lake. When Ingrid has tragically drowned, despite Ingrid caring Sandra everywhere, the doll was found tossed next to the lake. It was never discovered why Ingrid committed suicide or even was a suicide. I should turn on the lights, probably. You know, this room has lights. I look the kitchen. Does the room have lights? I don't think this room has lights. Look, I can see stuff. How do I drop stuff? I want to adopt this. Okay, let's start with the testing. Let's start with an audio test. I don't see any disturbance. I don't see anything. There's name call. Seems to go, oh well. How do I do a photo capture? Can I do a photo tag? You need to bring the doll to the backside of the test chamber and there you find the other chair of the photo camera. The backside of the... I don't have seen any... I don't have seen any abnormality, so... So far, you've been safe. So far. Where is my test? My test is over there. I did save the photograph test. Like, I wonder if I know where to, like... Between 16 and 26 degrees, right? Temperature seems okay. Because it was like between like 16 and 26 degrees, right? Yeah, 1625, so that should be right. So nothing seems to happen. So, I assume the doll is correct. Is that one good choice? Oh. There's one good choice. Ha, see? You never know, I with dolls. You never know with these dolls. Minnie! Dana Farker has run away from home, only to be found 2 days later in a shocking state. The only item that Dana had on her was her favorite doll, Minnie. When Dana was found, she and her doll were laying next to her corpse. The body was found out to be Greggy Farco, Dana's uncle, was gone missing a few weeks before the incident. So, hi Minnie, how's life? Oh, you're standing. Ugh. Well, Donna, we're gonna be testing a few things. Do you see anything happening? I don't see anything happening. Which would mean you passed the first test. Second test. nothing seems to happen. So I don't see any difference. Should I see any difference? No. It'll be fine, Millie. Maar daar ligt mijn shit. It's between 19 and like 20, or at least 16 and 25 degrees. Like, I'm pretty sure that, like, 97, 1904, 76. I say, you know, succeeded. You know, I say succeeded. Oh, I'm with my big belly. I wonder way of like the thing. It's gonna hurt a bit, Millie, but no reaction? Ah. Ha. A 2 for 2 so far. I really need to fill the touch sheet fully out. That's a 2. Which means next. Karen. Karen is a bright doll, given to Cyan at the age of 9. Unlike the typical imaginary conversation children have with their toys, Cyan would engage in responsive dialogues with Karen. Not only would Karen reply to Cyan, but she would also occasionally tell Cyan what to do at one point. Karen reportedly asked Cyan to play on their apartment balcony. While playing dangerously close to the edge, Cyan fell 8 stories down. So, you're a cursed doll. You know, you're gonna sit here and you're gonna enjoy what I'm gonna do to you. I didn't even know where I dropped the scissors anymore. Did I drop them here? Uh-oh, why did I drop the scissors? That's the doll. Oh, the scissors is there. Oh, you barely noticed that. You barely noticed these scissors. And just like highlight all items, that's like a good thing. But, I want to notice if something changed.
Karen? Karen?
You've been in a, nothing happened. The funny thing is that you have to fill the form out because, like, basically, No, you. Yeah, no, you're going in there. I don't care that it's not filled out. I don't care. I don't care that it's not filled out. It's even cold. It says minus 13.3. Here, look. So the temperature test failed? Yeah, so it's okay, you know. That's 3. Next, let's do one more. Or 2 more, maybe. Depends. Anna. Wendy always loved playing with Anna. One night when Wendy's parents weren't home, she was left alone. Tragically, when her parents returned, they found Wendy had bled to death from a head wound caused by one of her other toys. The lights weren't working and her room was in complete disarray, with toys scattered everywhere. According to the police investigation, the ceiling light, Wendy's lamp, and her phone flashlight all stopped working at around the same time. Since it was already dark outside, her room was left in a pitch black darkness. It's possible that Wendy became frightened and tried to escape, but tripped and fell on a sharp object. However, the cause of the sudden blackout remains unknown. Okay, Anna. Look at this picture, look at it. Look at this cursed bridal. Okay, and I'm gonna do a series of tests with you to see if you're haunted or not. What's this called? Does that count? Okay.
Anna.
Oh, great. You better stay where you are, you devil doll. Okay? Oh wait, I turned the power off. I thought it was off. You know, did I need to do the other stuff with her? Like that, like I like, you know, this is what I like about the game, because I like it forces you even to do the rest. Like on the other end, like I don't like it because you know the doll is cursed and that sort of stuff. So okay, photograph is normal. So like if I know the doll is cursed, what is like the point of like doing the other ones? You know, the other test. I find it 6.4. Like, you know, what's the point of doing the other test if you know the doll is cursed? Basically. What's the music playing? Yeah, I call it, I call it a success. No, I leave the scissors there. Where is, like, the paper? There. You really don't see that, do you? Does that go up no matter what? Okay, one more. I like this too much. Claudia. Played bought Claudia at the shopping mall with her mother. These are always sound effects when the plays when it's pushed too hard. Therefore, during the physical Domver test, ignore the doll's meowing. Okay. Peyton's parents report seeing the doll move rapidly around Peyton's room, a behavior that is certainly not part of the doll's design. Although Claudia has never harmed anyone, the parents remain concerned. So during the physical discomfort test, I should ignore the meowing. And that sort of stuff. No flickering lights?
Claudia.
Hey. Claudia. Photo seems okay. Seems okay. I'll be back, Claudia. I'll be back, as they always say. For some reason I'm British today. Minus 16, okay, the temperature's not okay. You're going into a nice, lovely room. I love to, like, I'm not gonna lie, this is like fun to play. I wanna keep playing. But I've done 5 tools. You know. Let's do one more, like one more for a good ring. Maria. Maria was considered an ordinary doll until Clark noticed something strange. Whenever she blinked, the doll would disappear. Eventually, the doll was found near the Green family residence, carefully placed in a basket, almost as if it was a baby. Assuming the doll was simply a gift from a neighbor, the family decided to bring it inside. Okay. Maria. Okay, Maria. You know, it doesn't seem to happen anything, so...
Maria.
Hello? Where are you? Maria? Where did you disappear to? Are you in here? Where did you disappear to? Oh, hi. Look. I know. I told you to not go off that chair, okay? I told you that. Photo was okay. Temperature is not okay. Okay. Photo was okay, temperature is not okay, and the others ones. Hello? It's not okay. It's okay. And that's where I'm gonna leave it here, because like I think it's been 30 minutes almost for this. This is gonna be a longer episode. This was not the intention of me, but hey, a longer episode means you get to enjoy more of Big Belly Elise and that sort of stuff. Maybe you wanted and that sort of stuff. I don't know. But yeah, this game, I think I like it. Like it's something you want to keep playing. Like I've played That's Not My Neighbor. I've played I'm on Observation Duty. I've played like 12 I'm on Observation Duty horror games. So like seeing stuff like this, you know, identifying if something is not haunted or is haunted, you know, it's not an anomaly, it's not a doppelganger. It's all the same idea, but it's so fun to play because you want to keep playing, you want to find like crazy dolls and that sort of stuff. From dolls that teleport around to dolls, you know, that flicker the lights and that sort of stuff, to dolls that maybe, you know, have a creepy picture. You know, you want to see the limits and that sort of stuff, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. This was the next 3 scary games. This is, if I'm correctly, this was 3 scary games 206. And that sort of stuff. If you liked what you saw, please make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell. At Preggo Elise, you got us of reproduction, your Guardian of Identity. I primarily focus on Project Diva and horror on my channel. So if you like that, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell. Because Friday is an horror Friday on my channel. But usually in the evening and 3 scary games, which will be, you know, at 8 p.m. CET or CEST. With a different horror game in the morning. For this morning, there should be Me-Side episode 4, so if you guys want to like that, make sure to watch it out. In 2 weeks, there will be FNAF Secrets of the Mimic, so in case you're curious to all of that, you know, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, but also do a lot of Let's Plays and that sort of stuff. If you want to join the Discord, they will be linked in the link tree at the bottom of the video description. In that link tree, you will also find, you know, my Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky, in case you don't use Discord, because I do know not all of you use Discord, but the best place to stay up to date is Discord. You have the best chance to talk to me and be part of my small community at the moment that is growing. So if you want to be a part of it, Discord is linked in my link tree at the bottom of the video description, or the link tree can be found in the channel description. As said, you can also find my Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky in case you don't use Discord. If you want to see me live on stream, make sure to check out my Twitch or my VOD channel, and basically that sort of stuff. If you want to support me a little bit more, to Patreon, that's also linked there. If you want to play any of the games that I played today, the link will be at the top of the video description down below. And with that, I'm going to say have a wonderful night, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next 3 scary games. Bye. Bye.